Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Inasyafitri Nazihan. I'm from class 4A. Before it, I hope you all find and in a good condition, in a good health, for listening my explanation of my PowerPoint. Okay, the title is Photovoice, a tool of reflective learning to enhance students' speaking ability. Before we get into our discussion of that, I will explain what is reflective learning and how about Photovoice. Okay, let's get started. Okay, from CSCO 2014 described that reflective learning as a process of combining experiences, theories, and actions to gain new values. Reflective learning from C. Hussein and F.G. Fazli 2017 that reflective learning is a combination of thinking and action process. More studies stated that reflective learning gives a positive impact to academic achievement of learning. Moreover, reflective learning allows the students to enhance their learning, appropriate technique for developing lifelong skills of the students, even though there are some arguments between the experts, but the facts indicate that reflective learning provides the students with deeper understanding and improves their skills as well. Okay, now about Photovoice. In this study, Photovoice is used as the tool to analyze the data of reflective learning impact in students' speaking ability. Photovoice can be defined as a participatory action research strategy based on educational theories and health principles to contribute in social issues and community change. Cited in C. Wang and A. Boris 1997. Okay, Photovoice allows people to use the camera to take photographs of every moment that happens in a community or social life. Photovoice helps the teacher to understand what is really happening in the teaching learning activities through photographs. The purpose of our Photovoice project was to understand what happens in the class. Okay, for the next, in Photovoice project, we use SHOT analysis. SHOT is the acronyms of several questions in the questionnaire that the participants should answer while analyzing pictures. What is SHOT? SHOT is what do you see here for S, H, what is really happening here, and O, how does this relate to our lives or your life personally, and W, why does the situation, concern, or strain exist, and E, how could this image educate the community or class, and for D, what can we do about it? The documents in form of written reflection from the students themselves were used to access and know which part needs to be revisited. The written documents consist of some parts of their mistakes during self-recording, example intonation, grammar, pronunciation, and fluency. In addition, what they have learned from their mistakes. Okay, now for result and discussion. The implementation of reflective learning for college students, which focused on students' speaking ability, reports great improvement. At the beginning of the speaking class, the teacher explained the objectives that should students achieve in one period of learning activity. The students would learn about how to deal with speaking for IELTS tasks in order to enhance students' speaking ability. The teacher asked the students to make a recording or video of himself or herself practicing their speaking skills. There were 10 topics which usually appeared in speaking IELTS tests, and the students could choose one of them for the recording or video. Okay, the purpose of using recording or video in speaking lesson was to make the students practice their speaking ability. The students do the reflection of their performance. There were three instruments used in a reflective learning activity in the classroom, namely recording instrument, video about students' performance, and the other friends assess it. Self-reflection documents. The research used these instruments to monitor the students' learning progress in reflective learning method. Okay, for the conclusion, by looking on the students' result, researchers can conclude that the practice of reflective learning is effective. It is able to reflect the mistake made by the students, and the reflection improves the students' skill, particularly speaking competence. The engagement aspects include intonation, grammar, pronunciation, and fluency. Besides, reflective learning encourages the students to learn from their mistakes in the form of oral speech. By learning the mistakes, the students develop their ability to do better in performing speaking. This study contributes to help both teacher and students. For the teacher, it helps the teacher to develop new method for teaching learning activities in classroom. Reflective learning includes as the appropriate method for the teacher to monitor the students' learning progress. Meanwhile, reflective learning is very helpful for the students to do better performance in speaking by learning and evaluating their own mistakes. Okay, I think enough for me. Thank you for your attention. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.